Chapter 2. Aaron. Adrenaline pumps through my veins as I scan the field for an open man. September nights in Texas are generally warm, but even if it had been cold, I don't think I would have noticed. My eyes are solely focused on the game. Even the sound of the crowd is nothing more than a gentle hum in my ears. Just one more touchdown and this game will be ours. The second win of many this season. I can feel it in my bones. At the far left of the field, I see Tyson break loose from his defender, and I pull back my arm. The laces on the football are like an old friend under my fingers as I release the ball and watch it soar through the air with a perfect spin and near-perfect arc. My breath catches in my chest as I watch the ball drop into Tyson's hands. I swear the guy puts glue on his gloves because his drop average is almost nil. Gracefully, he pivots and races for the end zone. My breath returns in a whoosh and escapes in an excited shout as I join the others in running toward Tyson. There's no need to block, as he's across the goal line before we get to him. But that doesn't matter. With the sound of the game buzzer echoing in our ears, we encircle Tyson, folding him into our excited group hug. "Nice pass, Aaron. Thanks for that," Tyson says as he holds up the ball. "Nice catch. Thanks for making me look good." Hopefully a scout was here tonight. Coach has said they'll be at some games, but he won't tell us which games so as not to intimidate us. I suppose I can understand his reasoning, but I wish I knew. I scan the crowd, now up on their feet, yelling and hugging each other. A scout would probably stand out, be the guy with a notepad or the one not celebrating, but I don't see anyone like that. Nor do I see my dad, which deflates my elated mood slightly. My dad used to attend all my games, but then he got a promotion at work, and now he's rarely off in time to even make it to the stadium, much less see an entire game. Still, I scan the bleachers before and after every game, hoping to see his face. A waving hand grabs my attention, and I grin over at Stephanie, the head cheerleader and my girlfriend, who blows a kiss in my direction before leading the girls in a rousing victory cheer. Even with the absence of my father, my life is pretty great right now. Our kicker makes the extra point to officially end the game, and then we're slapping hands with the other team as we head toward the locker room to change. Another victory in the bag. It's a little early to think it, but I wonder if this could be our year to go undefeated. "That was a great game. We still up for dinner out?" Tyson asks, hitting me on the shoulder as we enter the locker room. I blink to adjust to the darker light of the smelly room and nod. "Yeah, as long as Coach doesn't keep us too long." "Man, I'm going even if he does. I'm taking Gina with me tonight." He wiggles his eyebrows suggestively, but there's no need to do that. We all know that Tyson is a serial dater. I'm honestly surprised there's anyone left for him to date at our high school. In fact, I think he even dated Stephanie once, which sort of creeps me out, but he swears nothing happened between them, and she always says the past isn't important. "All right, everyone, good game tonight," Coach says, motioning for us to step closer. "But it's only the second game. We still have a long season ahead of us, so don't stay out too late tonight because you all have class tomorrow, and I'll be getting grade reports from the teachers. I don't want to have to bench anyone for the next game. Got it?" A collective groan fills the room, but we nod. Very few of us are stellar academics. But the school has tightened its eligibility policy this year, and we all know how important grades are now. With the after-game talk finished, Coach releases us to the showers. I run through mine quickly, anxious to meet up with Stephanie. Tyson finishes about the same time, and together we head back to the girls. Stephanie is all feline as she cozies up to me and purrs in my ear. "You looked so good out there." "Thanks, babe." I wrap an arm around her as we head to the parking lot. Stephanie isn't the epitome of a dumb blonde, but she won't be winning any academic awards either. However, she is gorgeous. A little self-obsessed, maybe, but gorgeous. And I always feel a little taller with her on my arm. There aren't a lot of great restaurants in the small town of Wolfforth, Texas, but thankfully Lubbock is only 10 to 15 minutes away. Lubbock may not offer much else, but restaurants and churches are on nearly every corner. So half an hour later, we're sitting down at a decent Mexican restaurant. The girls quickly scan the menu and order salads before returning to their phones. Tyson and I go for giant plates filled with burritos, beans, and rice. Then we dig into the chips while we wait. "Do you think there were any scouts there tonight?" Tyson asks, as he dips a chip in salsa. "I sure hope so. I love playing for our school, but I can't wait to go somewhere bigger." He nods. "Me too. I gotta get out of this small town." "You could always play for Tech," Stephanie says, looking up from her phone. I'd almost forgotten she was there, as she and Gina are so absorbed in their phones that they've barely said a word since we sat down. "Yeah, I don't know. Tech is great and everything, but it's still here." I don't know that I want to go out of Texas, but I definitely want to go far enough away that I can't still live at home. I've got to get away from my parents and the life they want for me. I mean, I don't really know what I want to do with my life except play football, but I know it's not follow in my father's footsteps, which is what they seem to expect. "No way am I staying here," Tyson says, leaning back in his chair. "I need a new landscape and a much bigger pond." He winks at me, and I shake my head. No matter where Tyson goes, I doubt it will be big enough for him to be happy. The man goes through women like most people go through socks. "Why? Do you like fishing?" Gina asks, her forehead scrunched in confusion. Tyson and I chuckle. I'm not surprised Gina missed the insinuation. She's a brunette, but she should have been blonde. She is the definition of ditzy. "I do," he says with a smile, and before she can ask any more questions, our food arrives. We dig in and the topic shifts to homecoming. The girls babble back and forth about dresses, shoes, and who might be competition for homecoming queen. Stephanie is the obvious choice, but there's always a court, and some years the one crowned queen is a surprise. I couldn't care less about this issue, so my mind wanders back to football. This is my last year playing here, and while I'm excited to start something new, I'm also nervous to leave what I know. "Aaron, did you hear me?" "Huh?" I look over at Stephanie, who is waving her hand near my face. "I asked you if I should get a blue dress, since it's your favorite color." She smiles flirtatiously and bats her eyes at me, and I know this is her way of hinting that we're going together, even though I haven't asked her yet. I don't know why I haven't asked her. We are dating, and I plan to, I think. But the fact that she just assumes I will rubs me slightly wrong. "Sure, if you want to get a blue dress, that will be fine." Her lip pushes out in a pout. Clearly not the response she desired. But I don't care about the color anyway. The homecoming football game I care about. The dance afterwards, not so much. I don't love dancing, and I know Stephanie will have me on the floor as much as possible. We finish the meal and chat a little longer before my phone rings. The time on my watch shows it's nearly 11, so the call is a bit surprising and worrying. That feeling deepens when I pull the phone out to see it's my mother. It's not my curfew yet. My parents give me until midnight on game days, so unless my mother desperately needs something from the store, this call is bad news. I press my finger to my lips to shush my friends as I answer the phone. "Mom?" "Aaron, you need to get to the hospital. Your father's been in a wreck."